Hello Sagittarius, this is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I'm going to be programming these cards for you for the month of October, being the 2nd through the 29th. There will be 4 weeks this month, and I will lay them out in the 4 columns as usual, and then we'll go in deep on the first week, the 2nd through the 8th, with the deck over here. Alright, so let me get these programmed for you. So these are ready to go, and let's go ahead and program these ones for you for that first week, so we can get into that right away at the end of the video. Alright, so these ones are good to go, and I'm going to let them sit there for a minute while I go ahead and lay these ones out. Alright, let's do this. All the cards will face me. It doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. Once again, there are going to be 4 columns. That means 4 weeks. The first row is where what we're dealing with, the theme of the week, right? Now, the second row is going to be what's blocking us, what our trouble will be that particular week, what might be standing in the way of us accomplishing our preceding goal, right? And of course, the third row is going to be our solutions, because we don't look for trouble without having a way to get out of it, as far as I'm concerned. So that is what we're going to do, is look for a way out, or a better way of approaching the situation, right? Cards are a little sticky today. And there we go. Let's look and see what's going on for October. So October 2nd through the 8th, Sagittarius, we have Judgment. And the Judgment card has shown up to say things are going on in your life that are making you feel a little uncomfortable, and you're having some feelings and thoughts and ideas about what's going on. Now that's interesting, because you're pretty happy-go-lucky normally. And so this is something that's got you concerned, all right? So pay attention to what this is all about, and let's look at what's blocking you. If it's not what you're concerned about, then what is it, right? The Knight of Wands here is talking about fighting for your ideas. So maybe the fact that you have what appears to be support, and it maybe not be, support. So you're having to fight for your ideas and have people understand what you're talking about, and then like support you, which is a drag. Nobody enjoys having to have a way of convincing argument for another person to have them get on board. It's not entirely what anyone wants. There you go. So this here is talking about, this third card here is talking about how the 7 of Cups has shown up to say, hey, guess what? You have a lot of options, a lot of ideas, a lot of possibilities. Things are presenting. So here you are. You're a little confused by all the options that are before you. And it's good you've got your judgment going on, I'm going to say, because I want you to use that judgment before you make a decision. And maybe you don't have to convince everybody, but maybe you can convince just the ones who are most likely to actually be on board with you. Okay, so interesting stuff going on this week. We'll go in depth later on, but for now, let's move on to October 9th through the 15th. All right, the King of Pentacles is here, telling me that there will be someone concerned about your finances standing around and looking at you. So you're going to have a lot of interesting, or you're going to have somebody standing around who wants to make sure your money is good. They're probably offering to be of use or help. and that has that feeling of somebody wants to loan you some money, but then by being they're going to want to be a partner, or they want to have some say-so in what's going on, and their interest in controlling the situation maybe more than you're ready to get into. All right, so just pay attention to what their motives are behind this loan, because it may or may not be useful to you. If they're going to be a silent partner, that could be helpful, but if they're going to be a bossy partner, that's no fun. You already have your own ideas, right? So the Five of Pentacles is here saying that this particular week, wanting to get advice about your finances is where you're at. And unless he's just there to give advice, be careful of what his motives are, okay? Just be careful of him. Getting the advice, it won't necessarily help you. It's in the blocking department, so it's not going to be super helpful advice, but it will be something for you to put in your hat so that you know what's going on around you, who's got what motives about what's going on for you, and where they're going with it, right? So it's important to have all that figured out. And then the Hanged Man is your solution. And in this case, it says, usually it's talking about not getting hung up on things. But I want you to pay attention to the small print, okay? This is you being very careful about every little detail. If you're getting involved with this King of Pentacles, you want to know every detail, every dot of an I and every T that is crossed, so that you know what you're giving up. And if it works in your favor, great. But if it doesn't, you're going to get screwed, okay? And I don't want you to get screwed. So pay attention to what this King of Pentacles wants to do, all right? You have a very busy week and a very intense week, having people want to help, but if they're looking at getting over half your business or whatever, that's not very cool, because you're in it to win it. You started the business on purpose to be self-supporting, right? So let's pay attention to how that works and keep your eye on that prize, okay? Loans you can pay back are good loans, right? Okay, so the Page of Wands here, we're talking about the next week over, October 16th through the 22nd, right? The Page of Wands is here saying that there's new information about something you may have to learn to move forward. It won't be a big deal. It'll just be like methods of payment, other things that will simplify and streamline your business, okay? So this is super cool, easy, YouTube-y stuff. Trust me. It's good. I think there's a lot you can learn, and I think that there's things that you can do without it being like a huge ordeal. And you're not taking time off to do it. You're going to be able to do this stuff at home, doing your own thing, okay? The Knight of Cups is here saying that the thing that's blocking you this particular week is fighting for things that you love. It feels like you're not really good at standing up for yourself, and I really want you to stand up for yourself. I want you to stand up and say, hey man, this is what I want, and this is what I'm doing, and you're going to have to go. Kick people out. It's okay. It's important to. There is new information coming. There will be someone bringing you information on another way that you can make money doing this. And it's okay for you to use information without having another person stand around with their hand out, right? You need to get rid of those people and get into the people who are just going, hey, here's this information. I have no strings attached, nothing going on. I'm just going to drop this right here and walk away. You do you, and that is what you want, is more people who do that in your life, okay? So October 23rd through the 29th, the final week of October, we have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is telling us that, indeed, there is a need for you to stand up for your ideas. You have to defend yourself. There's a lot of that going on. Your ideas are not all mainstream, and people aren't necessarily understanding what you got going on. But you can, in fact, get it going, right? You can get more stuff happening and it'll be okay. The Two of Pentacles is here, talking about the area where you're blocked. Keeping your finances balanced is not going very well for you right now. That's annoying and frustrating. You might be a little overextended in one direction or another. Don't let it freak you out. Okay, don't curl up in a ball. Don't disappear. Stay present. Stay here. Stay now. Let's do this. You can make this work for you, okay? And I know you can, and I know you will. It's just a matter of breathing through the weird stuff, and you can get through it. Interestingly, with the Seven of Wands, we talk about trying to convince somebody of what's going on and what you're doing. And what we want you to know is that the Three of Swords is here saying, hey, check it out. The Three of Swords is telling you that, yes, indeed, there is a need for you to not share super openly about what's going on, all right? So there will be certain people you can talk to about what's going on and other people you cannot, all right? So don't overshare, right? Some of the more immediate people with their hands out, you don't want to share everything with them. They need to be convinced that you're handling it and everything is cool, thank you. But they don't need to know you're having financial issues or anything else, okay? That's your business. You want to keep your business, and stay on point about who you are, what you're doing, and you can talk to your loved ones. You can talk to your inner support system, right? Without having to share with your outer support system, because people in your immediate circle may or may not have your best interests at heart, okay? So keep that in mind. And I'm going to go ahead and save these cards over here. And we will get into that first week of October, the 2nd through the 8th, right now, because I have these pre-programmed cards. I'm going to lay these cards out. Okay, cool. So what we have here is, we were talking about you using your better judgment about things, and this is about finances going on behind the scenes. The Three of Pentacles has shown up to say, yeah, indeed, you're tripping out on some money and stuff. You have some things going on, and you're still fighting for your ideas. So you have good ideas. Your finances are in a place where paying attention to them is important, and we want you to do that. It's important for you to do so, and use your better judgment in that, okay? The Knight of Wands, we were talking about, we have the Knight of Wands here and the Knight of Wands here. Fighting for your ideas is what's going on this week, but it's also something that will block you, so it might be wasted energy. Choose who you fight with, right? Choose who you try and convince. There is an overriding energy of wanting to walk away from these people because they're driving you bonkers. There's the Ten of Wands saying that there's a real energy of disappearance. So stay the course, stay put, stay grounded. The Ten of Cups is here also, saying that when family comes into play, it will be a distraction from what you're working on. And there's part of you that wants to save face with family, so you're not going to share everything you have going on with your family, even though some shit's going down and you're struggling through it. You do have support, and I want you to understand that you have support. So the Seven of Cups showed up to say, hey, you have support, you have options, which is me saying, you don't have to share with all your family, but you can share with some of your family, okay? You need to allow yourself just to say stuff out loud, hear yourself say it, talk about it, get it out, get it through it, and get to the other side of it, okay? And let your distant family do that job of listening. It's okay. They're out there. it's important for you to do it because it'll help you move forward. The Five of Pentacles is here saying, yes, financial advice might be useful, or at least another way of looking at your finances so that you can at least get on board with whatever it is you got to get on. Okay? And then the King of Pentacles is here. Interesting that these two are here. I think they're in next week too, right? So the King of Pentacles shows up to say, oh, I can fix everything. I'm all about the money and I can handle this. Be careful, right? We were talking about being careful about him because next week he's in the bloggy department. I want you to be careful about the financial guy who thinks he's going to come in and help you out and fix everything because, I don't know. I'm feeling funny about that, okay? So just let's be clear that you're in a situation right now where you have support and you need to stay the course, okay? But arguing with somebody about it isn't really going to get you where you want to go. However, being able to talk about it with somebody you love instead will help get you to where you want to be, okay? Cool. Thank you, Sagittarius. We will talk next about the 9th through the 15th. Thank you.